we will it's a robust data structure. Its robust data structures, particularly like data frames, make it ideal for handling diverse data sets common in robot any applications. Now we are talking about the robotics as well as healthcare, because our most of our clients are those. So here we'll cover the fundamentals of Pandas, focusing the practical applications in data cleaning with relevant examples. We'll go further of understanding the Pandas more when the requirement comes. Current requirement, we are at the data cleaning stage. So we'll concentrate more on the data cleaning with the relevant examples. So here in the yesterday's session, we have discussed, we have imported the pandas, okay, as PD, right? PD is an object. Then we have discussed about the series. Series is what is unidirectional labeled array capable of holding any data type of integers, strings, floats, Python objects, or anything, right? So here we have discussed, we have created a PD with a list, okay, PD series. The series object we have created, which is named with the robot underscore sensor and sensor readings. Then we used the series function of PD object with loading the list. Then we have shown, you can see the indexing, and data type is float 64 bits are used here. Then we can also create using the custom index. Simply in the function along with the data, we'll pass another attribute like index attribute, where we'll pass the indexing of that particular value. So these will be the list of values, and these are the indexing, right? So then we have printed it. Then we have discussed about the data frame. Data frame again is what is a two-dimensional labeled data structure with columns of potentially different types. Okay, so you can think of it as a spreadsheet or a SQL table or a dictionary of series of objects. Okay, it is most commonly used pandas object. So data frame is the common thing. You should understand data frame functions and all. So initially we have created a dictionary, right? Then we have created a data frame using the data frame function. So you can see D capital and F capital data frame, and simply we have passed this value. Okay. So, and we have printed that. Okay. So we have printed that data frame, right? Then we have also discussed about the health on the healthcare data. Okay. So we have added the columns by simply using the columns object to the same healthcare data by by these column names to that particular data frame. So here we have created a data frame, pd.data frame, and we are sending this object as input, and columns also we are giving. Like that, we have created a patient's data. Then we'll discuss. So that's what yesterday up to date we have started working on the data frame. So here yesterday we have also started working on the loading and inspecting the data. Normally we can use the external files like CSV or Excel or databases. Pandas provides convenient functions to load them. Convenient functions to load them. Okay, there are plenty of functions where you can load it and you can work with them. Okay, so just let me create a simple data and we'll load it from the. So first I'll create. So first we'll create a dummy CSV files. Okay, we'll create a dummy CSV files. Okay, for demo, we'll create dummy CSV files where we will be loading the data. Okay. So we'll instead of typing, we are using the open function. Okay, writable as file, write, and we are writing this CSV to the these files into the CSV content. Okay, so with open function, with a write mode, okay, we are writing as f, where f will write the data, right? So and we have created the files. Those things will again we'll discuss uh, in this week itself. So writing the content to the files. Okay, so we are opening this content. We are writing this content into the CSV files. Okay. And in the write mode, we are opening and we are writing. So this real robot.logs, robot_logs, we are opening with the write mode. Okay, and we are creating an object F. Then into that, whatever content we are using, that we are loading whatever content we have created here, we are loading that into this CSV files. Okay, so now we have two files. One is robot_logs.csv, another one is patient_records.csv. So these two files we have added using this data. Okay, so timestamp, temperature, humidity, joint angle are the first header files. Then these are this is time span, and this is temperature, this is humidity, and this is the joint angle, and this is the uh, vibration level. Okay, like that we are dividing the total data into uh, so uh, uh, this is timestamp up to here, and this is temperature, this is humidity, this is joint angle, and this is vibration. 1.5 is the vibration level. Like that, we have created the data into this object, and this object we are loading into the CSV file using the function called with open and the file name. We open that using the write mode. Then using that object F and write function, we are writing the content into that CSV file. Okay, that's so we have created two CSV files. Then what we'll do, we have to load data from the CSV files, right? So we have to load data from CSV files, right? So that's what we need to do, right? So then we'll use the try, where we'll simply use the read.csv function. In the try, we will use that. Why we have to use? If some exception like file not found error occurs, then we have to specify that file not found exception has occurred, right? So in this case, first we'll do try method. Try is when we use this try, when there is a chance of getting the error. When there is a chance of getting the error, we use this try methods. So that error, for that error, we'll write an exception. Okay, so here, while reading the data using this pandas object, so what is the function to read CSV file? Read_CSV is a function to read a CSV file. Okay, here you have to give the path. here we have created in the local directory, so directly we are giving. Otherwise, we need to give the path. So pandas objects dot read CSV is a function where you can read the file and you can load into some object. Here there is a chance of exception. What is the exception? What is the error? There is a chance that you may not have the file or the location may be not correct. So this is the exception, right? So in this case, we'll know we need to go with the except, okay, file not and found error, like that. So before that, we'll print a row data loaded from CSV by giving the object to which it is loaded. We are loading the data into the robot underscore df underscore loaded, right? Into that we are loading the CSV file. So that we are printing. If it throws error, what we'll write? We'll write the exception. Okay. So we'll write an except where file not found error.
Please wait, guys. The connection got lost. Please wait.
1 minute. Yeah. So, I hope my screen is visible. Yeah. So we were talking about the try, where why we use the try or exceptions. We use the try or exception when there is a chance of occurrence of error. Here, while we are loading the robot underscore logs.csv or any CSV file, there may be chance of communication error, network issue, or the path may not be found. In this case, there is a chance of occurrence of the error. When there is a chance of occurrence, to overcome that or to throw that error, we use the try and catch, try and accept methods. So whatever code there is a chance of error, we'll write that in the try to handle the error. So here we are writing these two lines in the try block. Okay, we are writing these two lines in the try block so that there is a chance of CSV file not found, right? So we are using the except for exception. Okay, and we are simply saying that we are printing that robot logs CSV was not found, or the path may be incorrect, or anything we want there, that we print. Okay, so like that, what we are doing, we are trying to load the CSV file. So how do we load the another file in the same manner? Okay, so we'll write the try. We'll write the try as well as Again, we'll create the what we call another DF file, data frame file, healthcare data frame file, which is loaded from the CSV. So now we are learning this loading, right? CSV again, panda object dot read dot CSV. Okay, then what is the file? Patients record series. Single quotes. So this we are doing and we are printing simply. Then we are writing except. Okay, then same file not found error. If it occurs, we treat in the same manner. Post patient records .csv not found. Please ensure it's as a current directory. It is in the current directory or path is correct. That like that, whatever error you want to show, that you are. So what you are doing here, what we did here, we have created a normal CSV content instead of loading from the Kaggle. That example also we'll see. And then we have created two data sets. One is for robot, another is for the patient record. Then we have written them in the CSV files for our explanation, understanding of the data frames using the open and file operations. Then we have loaded the data from CS file using the Panda object, which is PD, which we created here, right? In the starting itself, we have created the PD object. So using import PD, what we did, import pandas as a PD, right? So using that object and read CSV file and by directly giving the path and file name. Okay, we are reading that to robot DF loaded, robot data frame loaded. And this is the object we are creating. By reading the data frame object we are creating using the read underscore CSV. So here we are using the try and except so that if any exception occurs, we can handle it by the how we can, whatever requirement is there, based on that we'll handle it. So in C, we'll execute this. We'll check whether it is works or any. Normally, I'll write errors. Okay, unexpected indent. Line 4 and line. So someone is saying, Divya, what is the answers? Please check parallelly. Let me check what is the error I have got. Divya, check what is the error, what is the problem. They may be suggesting exactly they may be suggesting about the error.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Error. Read.csv is written instead of read underscore CSV.
Oh, did I know? Yeah, yeah. Thank you for So some space is left, so that is the reason. So we have loaded the data, we have created the data, okay, and we loaded the data into the two objects called robot underscore data frame underscore loaded and healthcare underscore df underscore loaded, right? So that's that's what we have printed over there. So now we have learned how we can read the CSV file. How we can read? You can simply read the CSV file by using the, so don't think about the previous one. This is for this is different. Okay, normally in not, this is for our testing purpose we have did, but this is not really happens in the companies, right? You will be given with the CSV files, or you can convert anything into the CSV file, right? Or a census data maybe in the CSV file or any file. You have to use the data which is provided. If it is something a CSV file, you can use the read underscore CSV to read the data. Okay, so then you can inspect the data. Okay, once it is loaded, so it is crucial for us to inspect our data to understand the structure, content, and identify the potential issues. Okay, so here there are different data functions like head, tile, info. Okay, all these are the different functions: describe, shape, columns, data types. Okay, all these uh, are the different functions which we can use to diagnose this data, right? So there are here we can use, as I said, many functions. It is, remember, head, tile, info, describe, shape, columns, d types, is null, is NA, sum with is null, like. So if you want to print head, okay, head, then we simply we can use the data frame and simply the head, right? Print. So if you want to print head information, if you want to print the head information, okay, simply you can use the head function. So if I am writing any wrong, just tell me what are the objects we have. We have one object called robot underscore df loaded. Dot robot underscore df loaded, right? Then we have another object also called health, right? So dot head. So what we will get here in the head? We will get the first n rows. Default is 5. Okay, we'll get the first n rows. Default is 5 values. Okay, you can see, okay, we have only 5 values. We'll change that to health data. Healthcare data. So we'll get the first 5 values. You can see we have near about 8 values. In that we are getting the first 5 values, right? Or you can give any value exactly. So if you give, you are getting the 3 I have given, you are getting the first 3 values. Okay, or the another function is tail, right? Okay, because anyway I need to give you this notepad. I'll write in separate comment. So default, by default, it will give the 5 value. You have to remember that. So it is giving the last 3, 5, 6, 7. When I give the 3, It is giving the last 3. Otherwise, it will give the last 5 values of this data frame. Okay, then info. Actually, the info provides us the concept summary of the data frame. Like if I want to know information about that particular data frame, simply I will use the function called info. So it will give the total. What is the class here? Pandas core frame data frame. Range in index is 8 entries, 0 to 7. Columns are total 7 columns. It is saying, and so you can see that there are total 7 columns, 0 to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 0 to 7, right? From 0 it is 7. Okay, and 8 entries and 8 columns. And data types are float or 2, integer are 2, objects are 3. The memory usage is 580. All this information we will get when we use the info. And there is another which gives the statistics of this particular object. Okay, right? Oh, sorry. So describe, here we use the describe function. What we'll use the describe function. If I'm doing any wrong, just something. Okay, see, I missed it. See. So description is count, mean, standard deviation, minimum. Okay, all these all this. So based on the age, what are the different values? Based on systolic BP and dialytic BP cholesterol, what are the different statistics like count, mean, standard deviation, minimum value, all these things it is giving. Then the another important thing is shape. So it returns the tuple representing the dimensionality of the particular system. Okay, so for that we use the function called shape, like dot shape. It is not function, it is an attribute. Okay, it's an attribute. If we can't, if it is a function, you have to give in the parentheses, right? But it is an attribute. Shape is an attribute. All right, of this particular. So what it will give exactly? It will give the shape of the particular data frame. Okay, shape means the attribute, how many attributes, how many rows, and how many columns. All that information it is given. And we have missing values. Another is columns. Columns method is there. Okay, so columns method will give us the columns information, right? So along with that, we can also find the missing values. Okay, using the function called is null. Okay, using that we can get the. So it is not having any missing values. So that is the reason it is throwing zeros. In this robot data frame loaded, using the is null and by using the sum function, it will show us the total missing, how many, the sum of the missing values. Okay, and we can also see different methods. We'll see go further how we can use this seasonal and all. Now we have seen till now what we did till now. We have understood what are the different attributes, or what we call inspect, how we can inspect, okay, how we can inspect the data. So we have used different methods like head, tile, info, describe, shape, columns, and all. Okay, so columns will return the column labels. Okay, someone so like shape, you can get the column data, column details also. Then we can also analyze using the data types, returns a series with the data type of each column. And another function we used here is is null or is ending. It returns a Boolean data frame indicating the missing values. Okay, so then sum counts the missing value per column. Okay, so we'll see how in depth how this is null or sum works. So here we'll see, from now we'll see data cleaning, uh, how we will do this cleaning step. Okay, and handling the missing values, duplicates, inconsistent formats, and outliers. Generally, as I told, missing values are represented with different things, right? Whatever those NaN, none, or blank cells. Okay, all those are normally missing values are represented with the NaN, none, or blank cells, right? And there are other things also. For finding the missing value, the basic function we use is null. Okay, is null. Okay, so is null is to check what are the null functions. Okay, then we can use the drop NA, which removes the rows or columns containing the missing values. Or you can, instead of doing the drop, we can use substitution by writing the program in the place of these null values. Okay, so we'll see that. So how we can write, how we can do that, how we can use the different, we'll create different deletion of the rows or columns, or filling of the missing values. So there are two ways. As I said, first is identifying the missing values, and the second is dropping the missing values, and third category is filling up the missing values. So first is identifying the missing values, right? So instead of just hold